to all the teachers present here and to those who are watching live in our YouTube channel. Today, we are truly honored to present our esteemed Professor Salman Abdul Moiz. He is going to deliver a lecture on data analytics in MOOCs. Without any further delay, I am going to give a brief introduction of Professor Salman Abdul Moiz. Professor Salman Abdul Moiz is working as a professor in School of Computer and Information Sciences, University of Hyderabad. He is an Innovation Ambassador for University of Hyderabad. Professor Salman is the member of University of Hyderabad NEP Implementation Committee. He is non-executive director of NeoScript Technologies Private Limited.
For entire MOOC system or any online system, we have learners, we have instructors, we have partners, we have management, we have government also, we have Ministry of Education. Okay, all these are our stakeholders. The most important advantage with these massive open online courses, which has of course reshaped the paradigm, and thanks to, in one way I say thanks to pandemic, where people started using it. Otherwise people used to fear online learning and teaching. Okay, but again classroom is classroom, you all agree with me. Okay, because many people are watching online, they can understand the difference between what we are here and there. Okay, but yet little bit out, little bit loud.
Sir, please excuse me, sir. Whatever queries.
Okay, no, I'll take this, no problem.
At the end of the session.
Okay, one I'll take it. One I'll take it.
So, when you assess the primary level of education, from primary level to graduate registration level, did you study, what did you find? Did you study in the vernacular?
Did they study in? No, it was not a local language, but their mother tongue was influenced. They didn't study in local languages. Some of them studied in local languages, you are right, not all, but we got that mother tongue was a bit, there is influence there in that particular case.
Language expression in English is difficult.
Right.
And you recommended a course.
Right. Yeah.
My question is probably they studied in the
Some of them are studied, as you said, some of them have studied in local languages, and some of them, though they have not studied in local languages, because their education system was not up to that mark at that places. So these were the two reasons what we got into that particular thing. Okay, right. So here what we talk about is there are various features, accessibility, where we say we can access it anytime, anywhere, at any place, okay, at our pace. That is the next thing. At our pace we are able to do this particular online learning. Lifelong learning, you all might have seen these particular characteristics in our your earlier lectures. Flexibility and convenience, I can do it any time. Okay, of course there is a flexibility, but again you cannot have a total flexibility, otherwise you have seen there are dropouts, lot of dropouts comes into picture. Okay, diverse learning opportunities, this has made a very interesting scenario, and national education policy also talks about it, where it is not, we are not going into the stringent education silos. Okay, probably I have taken some course which is into the law. I am not at all into law at all, but I was interested in learning, so I have taken it. So that's the flexibility we have it. We have a diverse things which are available here. Global networking, this has helped us a lot. I do not know how many of you have taken some online course. I have a lot of my friends who are across the globe now. This is just because of MOOCs, because we have forums. And these days forums, I'll come in my analytics part. Forum analytics is very important these days to know why they are dropouts. But usually we as instructors, we neglect our forums. But there are some of the courses where I am given, awarded a mark, I am awarded a particular point if I put a query on the forum, and if I respond to the queries from the forum also. The questions can be asked over the forums. So that is the thing. Then integration with traditional education, that's what is required. Yeah. We need to, of course, as I said, we cannot do everything only in the online or offline mode, we require a hybrid system. So we need to, of course, integrate with this. Skill enhancement and career advancement is possible with respect to things, because as per even national education policy, we need to develop our more and more skills. Okay, but if you talk about our current education system, and of course the courses what you need to do, it's very difficult to accommodate them. So I think people have talked about up to 40% of your courses can go into the MOOCs, and some skills can be developed, and I think you all heard about virtual labs. Even virtual labs are making a lot of difference in this case to develop these skills. And of course, lot of schemes of the government like PM, KVY, Prime Minister, Kaushal Vikas Yojana for the skill development along with the MOOCs is helping a lot. But again, we need to realize the potential. Lot of content delivery tools, because I want to just display this. I think you all might have used Moodle at least. Okay, if not, start using it. If you want to start with a simple thing, start with a particular tools like screen recording with Office. Okay, because I want to tell you where to start. In MS Office itself, in your PowerPoint itself, there is a recording option. Okay, you just play it just like I have even giving a lecture, record it. Okay, my experience, it's very difficult to record it. So I tell my recordings, better do it in my class. Okay, better do it in my class like this, what you are doing it, because for me that is good, but for some others it is other way around, because I can be very open in this, but I should not be in online. I don't agree with that, but of course we may have a difference of opinion in that. So start with this screen recording with Office. I think there is one tool called Screencast-O-Matic. I think you might have tried it. Screencast-O-Matic advantage is my photo will come, because here the photo may not come in case of Office. Even people are able to see my expressions, where my PPT is here, I am here, my expressions are also seen, not only the voice. So of course it is paid, but you can make a chunks of 15 minutes, it will come free of cost, and you can integrate with your Moodle and so forth. But I will display some of the tools here. I think I will share you this PPT, don't worry. Okay, you can start with so many things are there. I think you are all using it. You can start with OBS Studio. OBS Studio you can start, that is a better thing. Okay, you could do everything you want. Okay, can be possible. But don't directly again go to OBS Studio. Again you will be really wondering how to configure local system. Sometimes something is not working and all. You lose the interest. To start with a simple tool, start recording it. Okay, and play back yourself and see what went wrong. That is the best thing what we can do it about it. Okay, and of course probably people might have talked about 4 paradigms. Okay, even in the yesterday's session, we have to do for all those 4 paradigms to be considered. It's not all about delivery, it's about resources, it's about evaluation, it's about a feedback, okay, additional resources, okay. Like recently government has given us task to develop a material, a book. They are converting into the 12 Indian languages. Now the government has started a new concept now. Why to write in English and convert to other language? Because local language has a very great dialect. So why not write in Telugu and that to be converted to English? That has started now. So even I got one assignment in one of the local language, which I have to do it. Then that will be eventually converted. Why we are so biased towards writing in English and converting it to the Indian languages? Thanks to that initiative which has started very recently, and I'm a part of it. They say write in Indian language, that is a local language. Write in Telugu, write in Hindi, write in Urdu. That dialect, let it go to English and see what is the difference. Those are the things which are started. That makes a lot of things. So please do some of these tools. I think that is the first way to start. Okay, because directly I cannot come to analytics. Why do we do analytics? If you see this Ronald course famous saying, what it says, if you torture the data long enough, it will confess. Okay, you might have seen my example of that, why the students were failing when I started. I did that. Do you agree with that? Okay, I tortured the data because my existing data was not sufficient. I said, yeah, I need some more data. And then some more data I got, it not sufficient. I went for some more data. Finally, I got some data which has given me confess that why people failed. Okay, so these are some of the particular objectives why we have to go for analytics. It enhances learning experience, encourage high enrollment. I think you heard about, somebody might have talked about national education policy, GER. We have to raise our GER to 50% up to 2035, and I think we are going into more challenges. I do not know about you, but we people like us at University of Hyderabad, we are really worried because our enrollments are going down from the previous years, but actually we have to increase it to 50%. It was 28%, you all know that. As per when NEP report was submitted, we had 28.3% was GER. And the aim is by 2035 my GER should go to 50%. That is one of the aim. But how to do that? This is possible because we need to do the analysis of our content, where it is lacking, what else is needed. So this will probably help us in going for higher enrollment. Okay. Now I will give again, I will deviate you. My 25 minutes are over. Okay. Today my kid doesn't want to study from textbook. I do not know about your kids. Okay. My younger one doesn't want to study from textbooks. He'll just go and ask Google, he asks YouTube, and he does that particular thing, and it is fantastically, you know, he does very well compared to any student there. Now, what is this? It doesn't mean teacher is not required. Teacher is very much required. We need to, of course, embed, that is, go for that hybrid learning, where for more understanding those sort of videos should be there. Some very interesting topics, we need to make those particular online content, which will help them. Identify those particular areas where people feel it is difficult. For example, in our computer science, if some people are there, if I am teaching a basic programming course, okay, my students are worried about pointers. Okay, rest they can study anywhere. Can I make a very good particular presentation, a recorded one, with a very unique examples and deliver it? Yes, you will see that your value increases, your enrollment increases. Predict learner dropouts, why learners are dropping out is very interesting thing to know. Like recently the government of India itself at AICT was doing a survey why their seats are not being filled for MTech courses. I was a part of that. It is only 1:3. For every 3 seats, there is only 1 seat which is filled. Okay, so the outcome they got is nothing but master's degree is not fetching them anything, because the bachelor's person who is BTech or BE is getting the same package as MTech. Now we need to ponder what we need to do. We need to ask to the industry, okay, what it makes difference. All these sort of things are required for that. But of course, you can predict that is learner dropouts only when you have the proper data and analysis has been done. Then we have drive higher completion. Many people, what they do not complete that particular course, of course, analogous to the dropouts. Okay, so we need to see that many people do complete the courses. So these are some of the objectives which we required. I will do some of these particular, you know, sources which I have taken from where the data comes. This is an important slide. I think you can concentrate on some of the things what you have with you before doing the analysis. Okay, because you know you do the students registration. Student registration data is already there. Some more data you have to collect it for analysis, and once you do some assignment, okay, I do not know what methodology we follow. We follow a methodology where every week there is an assignment. Okay, that assignment is either submitted on Moodle, or sometimes deliberately we will say that submit a hard copy, because these days people do not want to write it. So sometimes some assignment we say you write it, okay, and sometimes what we do is we make them write in the classroom. These are different types of assessment. I said today's assignment will be done in the classroom and I guide it. These are the steps, now you write it. So in any of these particular assignments what we do is we will collect the data and do this analysis. If you see here, from where the data can come from course information, course structure, calendar, pages and all, course enrollment, activity of the course, okay, demographic and geography, how from people are from which places, which languages, which states, that can come into picture, which countries, course engagement, how they are engaged into the course, okay, you have videos, how they are watching the videos, you know, we will see in the next slide, you know, the way people watch videos today. I do not know how do you watch it. Okay, I also do one mistake there. I will show you what I do. Okay, very few people will watch the videos perfectly. So it is whose problem? Sometimes you say, yes, students are not watching your videos. No, whether your videos are really worth to watch first of all. Okay, but there are some videos where people go back and watch. Okay, so can we take that data? Can we analyze the data that which particular range the students were more interested in your lecture? How you were delivering that? Can we adopt the same pedagogy, same approaches in the other complex topics and refine our videos? And it is not a single recording, it is not a single time recording, we have to again modify it. It is not like only one time, we take a feedback and we could modify it. It is, of course, we cannot be perfect at all. But you know, at least you will get to know with those particular analytics. Some of the people are watching from this minute to this minute continuously and they are repeating it. What could be the possibility? One is you might have not explained properly, as such they are repeating it. One is that it could be a complex topic. It all depends upon your own subject of interest. But those things has to be checked. So here videos played, you know, replayed, unplayed, you are able to see it. Okay, problems tried. Sometimes we give you a particular quiz between the videos. Okay, how they are responding. No, I attended one Government of India online program. They want to see whether I am available. Okay, so randomly they will put a question. That question is only to check whether I am there. You know, one time I did a fraud there also. I myself did it. What I did is, I had to do my work. I told my wife, you answer something here, be here. For for half an hour you be here. Whatever question comes, you answer something. At least they'll say I am present. Okay, and they'll mark everything. They said you have to get 90% in those particular quizzes, which are for attendance. 60%, and the quizzes was very interesting. There are 4 sessions per day. At the beginning of the session, a quiz. In middle, those questions comes. At the end of the session, there is a quiz, and they'll give bio break of 15 minutes. That is also lost. Okay, and just before that, starting of the second session, there is a quiz. End of the second session, there is a quiz. Similarly, third and fourth session. And at the end of the day, there is an assignment to be submitted before 9 o'clock next morning. My goodness. But the good thing is, we learned those particular things, what we learned, we couldn't have learned in 1 year, we learned in 6 days. We learned in 6 days because Government of India also talks about micro credits these days. Can this 2-day session be converted into a 1 credit course? Is possible today because of such things. Because you will embed everything, the assessment, the assignment, the evaluation, the statistics, everything is embedded within the short period of time, and that's where it is possible. So this was just to show where are the sources. Some of these particular data we are able to see here. I'll just reduce it. There are so many enrollments in that particular course across 190 plus countries, 35 per course, so many certifications. This is the first level of the data, which will of course to get a overview of it, because probably sometimes we are biased towards the data. These are the geography distribution, education, you can do that, why only people between 26 to 40 are very much taking this particular course. I have seen some of the statistics, I will show you in my laptop. There are people who are doing above 60 years, we are completing the courses more compared to the earlier one, okay, which is with MIT and EDX, the data I can show you. Okay. Education, these people who are taking the online courses are from these particular education categories. Can we target some of those people? That can be worked upon it. These are general statistics that everybody can get it, right? This is a country geography, okay, why our people are taking less, you can still work on it. Why it is not going to other countries, you can still work upon it, okay. And of course, now people talk about e-learning, mobile learning, U-learning, we say ubiquitous learning, where we want to do learning from anywhere, anytime, any device, okay, and of course at any pace. That is what is another question. You see where we stand, top 10 countries for mobile learning, okay, we are there? We are not there in this, okay, but there is another statistics where we are there. This is very interesting time, peak learning time across the countries. This is from one statistics, okay. What I mean to say is this is required for us, okay. Like probably I will do a survey and most of you are probably not active after lunch hour, and I am saying please read this, please do this. So I need to change my pedagogy, and I do agree with all of you that you also change your pedagogies when you do the post lunch session. I do not teach the same way in post lunch as I do in the first hour session in 8 o'clock. That is totally different. 8 o'clock whatever you do, it goes, but not for everyone. I will come to the next slide. So you are able to see where we are. This is current generation. 4 p.m. after 4 p.m. India and China. Okay, but see these statistics. I am Bangalore. What I am Bangalore said? Night owls. So people are night owls. Innovation and IT management learners are night owls. Remaining 2 to 4 p.m. Don't teach them in morning today. Don't teach them in morning today. And if you talk to me, probably it is the same with our research scholars. Some of our research scholars guys will be there in my lab in night, and early morning nobody is there. It's locked. But of course I'm not bothered because I'm bothered about the outcome. I'm fine with that. But probably we need to do this assessment. I'm not saying don't take a class at 9. Our pedagogy has to change based upon these particular surveys. We cannot of course stop that. What are the MOOCs learning components? Okay, from where we have to get the data? One is from video insights. If you have recorded a video and in middle of the video you are giving some questions, I will talk about what are the parameters, characteristics to be taken for the video insights. Then we have assessment insight. We do a lot of assessments, right? We talk about formative assessment, summative assessment and so on. Recently our survey says that we are very bad at diagnostic assessment. because you all are great teachers, but I don't know. But we got in our survey. You can of course say that I am wrong. You can as well argue with me. But for me, and I am going to submit that article, the diagnostic assessment we are not doing it. And now National Education Policy talks about that very well. Why? Because I can take any course, right? Provided I meet the prerequisite. Now, government is saying that it is not necessary that you do a prerequisite course also. Can I do a diagnostic assessment? I have seen people who have done prerequisites also were not able to, were not performing well even in the diagnostic assessment. Now, how do they understand the course? I know you may say that our semesters are very small. How do you expect us to do diagnostic assessment? Arey, do it one day. Do it on a Moodle like platform which will do the automatic analysis and get some intuition and just decide how do I go about teaching the next part of the course. Or again suggest the person to take a bridge course and come back. So this is possible only through diagnostic assessment. So we get lot of insights from the assessments. Likewise forum assessment, for our forum insights. I'll tell you, we didn't get a particular reason for a dropouts from video or assessment insights. Why people are dropping out my courses, we got it from the forum insights. But in forum what happens is just like a rating. We write something, we sometimes do not care it. So we have started doing one thing, we are doing natural language processing over these particular feedbacks. You heard about NLP. We do natural language processing to identify the reasons behind it. So that will help. Finally, feedback and ratings. Final feedback and ratings mostly in Indian scenario, guru is everything. At the end they say excellent, 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 excellent. This is what is my observation, because I was the chair for the student feedback committee. Finally, even if I am a very bad teacher, they say. So I couldn't get much intuitions from that. Then we were comparing with the self-assessment feedback as well as the student feedback to know where is the difference happening. Because if you see whatever I spoke, this is possible only we have a data and some analytics is done on that. And I think it might have at least gave you some reason that why analytics is required for the MOOCs to improve not only the learner engagement but the colleague. So what could be taken from video data? Explore the video stream data to have a better understanding about how data can help to analyze. Forget about all these things. Interesting insights on dropouts and interaction peaks in the video, as I talked about it. Within this particular time framework, people are very much concentrated. So we have collected some of those particular entries. User ID, which user, timestamp, at what time it is taking, in video position as well as event type. What was the event, that is video position, what was the event type? Event type could be, I will come to that point. Either you are playing, either you are stopping, either you are closing, all those are event types. So event type is you are playing, you are pausing, you are seeking, you are stalling, you have error, you have a rate change. And I am a victim of rate change, I do that. Because what I do? I don't want to do in that particular pace. I want to listen fast. What I do? I change the speed. And my analytics is also capturing that. If I am of course changing the speed to double time every time, that is not good. Unless and until I already know about that particular course. But these sort of statistics can be collected when you talk about a video. So these are the things, these are the parameters. Event recorded, these are the event, play. The video is loaded for the first time or user click the play button. Then this particular event is recorded. Pause, the video is completed or I have paused it for some time. See, people drag it. Next we have stall, the video is stalled due to buffering, right? Again, probably it's very easy for me. Maybe people might have told that there is a statistics that everybody has access to the online, maybe mobile and so forth. But if you see again, we have the other part of reality also, because we work for an internet society. Still our 46% or around population is still not connected. We have those challenges as well. But of course, if you see rate change, I always do this. User change the playback speed. People are telling very slowly. I want to change it. But for example, for my video, every time there is a playback speed, then that means that is one of the feedback for me. When I present for the next time, I should take into consideration. Error, of course, error occurs. These are the events which are captured. from the playing of the video, and this analysis will help me. Okay, what you will get it? Overall statistics of the click stream data, how many people have taken my data across the geography, okay, across the courses, across the various levels from where they are coming in, that comes into picture. First week, okay, people are really excited in the first week. First week when the video released versus on the week when the related assignment is released. Okay, I of course every time I register for some courses on MOOCs. This time also I registered, but I am doing only one. I registered 2. Okay, but I will tell you, first day I saw that video very well. After that I didn't get a time. But all of a sudden I got a mail that 5th February to 11:59 PM is your last date for submitting assignment 1 and assignment 2. I went and submitted. This is going to be recorded. I am not doing very seriously, right. Other course I said I will not do it, but I will read it, I will not do any assignment, I will not write the examination, nothing. I am talking about my experience, forget about others. Now my reasons are different, but you need to identify that is the temporal analysis what we talk about it. First time watching the video, then gone. Okay, then the faculty says today is the last date for submission of assignment and I click on it. So that analysis is collected. That means people are not that interested and they want a certificate out of it. They want a certificate out of it. We need to see that somehow we need to provide a particular mechanism where people go and explore that particular courses. Variation in viewing behaviors between different user groups, differences between the learners from different countries, different regions, that can also be studied, and why it is happening we need to ponder upon it. Why one region people are not interested? Is it they are not able to understand my language, or is it some other way? Can I give some more practical example, or learning by doing can come into picture there even in the online mode. Okay, like probably some assessment we do it, even it is online recorded, may you agree, you give an exercise. I am not giving any exercise today. Okay, you give an exercise and you say okay, I will give you 2 minutes. Just like we do in a particular offline class, this can also be done in an online class. Okay, those sort of things has helped here. Changing learning behavior over time, how do learning behaviors change in different time scales? How my learning behavior change monthly, weekly, daily, or probably some days I am not active, why? These sort of things are also helpful for us. Factors affecting user behavior, content of videos, length of videos, sometimes that's the reason there is another point here called length of videos. When you are recording videos, as per probably our OER policy of our university, we have education policy of our university. The policy clearly says no video should be more than 15 to 20 minutes. That is our policy. Okay, don't record 1 hour session, please. Okay, you can divide into various subtopics and record it. This is not going to, this is of course making the people very much interested in learning, as well as we are able to get very confined analytics. That is what is advantage. So our rule directly says, our online rule directly says your recording should be 15 to 20 minutes, not beyond that. Okay, and whenever people submit beyond that, they will give a suggestion to please can you at least slice it and make some changes and get it to 15-20 minutes. So that you have to do it because that will help us a lot. So length should not be very big in this particular cases. That was with respect to videos. Assessment insights. Analyze the video watch behavior, these are already over. Analyze students' performance in assignments. Now we are in a very interesting age. Okay, I think 2 days back I gave an assignment. These days I am taking a course called computer ethics, okay, which is newly introduced. So I gave a very big assignment, why humans should not be cloned is the assignment. Okay, and it's a very good assignment. Okay, even other colleagues liked that. Now what this, immediately I got an assignment submission, last date is not yet over. And this, I can show you that assignment, it's there in my laptop. Very first declaration the student has written that I have only taken the help of ChatGPT to understand general scenario and language, rest is my work. But everything is ChatGPT. Okay, so what the student did, gave the question to ChatGPT, got the response, and we have a particular another tool which can rephrase my sentences. Okay, go to the Copilot, there is a rephrase option, do the rephrase, put it there, rephrase and send it to me. But the poor fellow doesn't know I also have an AI tool to check plagiarism. Okay, so then I did not want to, probably I do not want to tell him that what he did is wrong, because using the tool is also very much important. So I wrote a feedback to him immediately. I think yesterday he submitted, yesterday I wrote a feedback, he met in my class and said, I got your feedback. I said, good. I said, you do one thing, you are, if you are doing this way, you are actually not getting skills to write. First write by yourself, then ask ChatGPT. Okay, I am not telling not to use ChatGPT for you, I said. Second thing is, I gave you one very interesting question which is not there with ChatGPT, you didn't answer that. Okay, first you have to answer that, to submit it. He said, receive the feedback, I will submit it. I said, done. What I mean to say is, you don't tell them don't use it also. Technology should be used in a proper way. There is another session on ethics, I think those people will talk about it more on that. Okay, so here data entry for quiz submission, just like we have the characteristics for the video, we also have the characteristics for the quiz, which has user ID, quiz ID, time of submission, answer selected. And you know very well, we have very interesting copying assignment thanks to our system, which has even debarred people based on copying, even in the pandemic stage. Do you know this? In our university, two people were debarred, okay, for copying. It is not a proctoral examination, by the way. What these guys did is the professor gave a particular examination. Okay, one person wrote it, others all copied it, even that identifier was same. The roll numbers were also not changed. Because what happened is, the first one who write, the supervisor was very sharp. He said the document should be entered only in PDF format. So these people wrote it last date. Time of submission is coming. Arey yaar, bhej de. Submitted the same thing. Even in pandemic, when we passed everybody, these 3 people were suspended. So make these people understand that why the analytics will help us. Okay, and of course sometimes you can get it. How many people submitted at the last moment. Okay, it is because of any reason, but there could be some other reasons. We need to analyze it. This is possible if we collect this data. So we have various ways to do this. One is the best way which you can start, even if you are not from statistics or so, is through very simple thought called exploratory data analysis, which gives you the insights. Very simple commands, you can use it and you can get the insights. Okay, you can plot progression graphs, practice problems versus graded assignments. You can do a lot of analysis. Forum analytics for us, probably you may agree or disagree with me, but this has helped us to find out dropouts. People write their feedbacks there. Okay, this drop we have, but we have to apply some of the processing. We did apply natural language processing to identify the things why people are dropping out our courses. Okay, our one paper is there, I'll just display it. We did a study of the dropouts and we presented that people usually want to complete the course, but somehow they are not able to manage the time. So we have proposed a particular concept called personalized dynamic learning plan generator. Personalized dynamic learning plan generator. It is there on internet free of cost. You can just check it. We made a plan and after that we did a survey. It helped us. For example, 1 week of the time is over and some students did not even embark on the course. Okay, can we intervene in that and ask the student whether he is really interested in doing the course now? Then you have to give a personalized plan. I am not saying one, but it is individually. We have written a program for that. That will automatic, okay, when do you want to start and when do you want to complete it? It will give a revised plan for that particular person. That should be actually attached to those assignments. We cannot be so rigid in those particular assignments at that particular moment of time. Why? Because we don't want many of the dropouts. So this has helped us. We can probably just look into that particular part. So due to vast number of queries, suppose the course admin might tend to overlook this category, because you know very well, you may again ask me a question, everybody will ask, already we are having a lot of difficulty in teaching, evaluating, you are telling us to analyze also. Okay, these things you may ask me, but for which you can do some automation tools can be used where we can do these particular things. We can do these visualizations, break down the post by course and see the spread. By course, we can see what are the different posts. Okay, whether people are happy with that or not. Okay, what are the comments which are given. Look at the post per user also. Geographical analysis across the various people, across the various countries, states and all. Pin versus unpinned post, number of events per course, course completion percentage, dropout distributions per week, per month, anything. This is only some of these things which I have specified it. You could do based upon the thing what you are going to analyze on that. Right. So basically data analytics can be done in various stages. Main important thing is take the data and get some real insights into that. And we have the data, actually we have to use it. Okay, and data is a new oil, you know that. You can use that, but If I am telling you because most of you are from education sector, if you do your own analysis on your data, you can write an article on that. For that particular scope, for that particular subject, for that particular origin, you get very good insights. Then if some other colleague in some other state is also teaching the same curricula, can you take that insights and compare what is happening? We can do a lot of research also on that. It is going to help both the communities here. So define the problem what I want to do it. I want to do a student engagement, or I want to find the dropouts. I have to collect the data. This bit process problem, clean data. Sometimes we have empty fields. Sometimes we have erroneous fields. What do you have to do for that? Okay. I'll tell you in one of the data set, there is very interesting problem there. Then analyze the data and visualize and share your findings. You want to put that? Is it visible, by the way, to the audience? Little larger. Don't worry about what is written here. Okay. But I'll tell you some of the things. No? Okay. Okay. This I wrote something you might have heard about a language called Python. Okay. Don't worry about what is Python. Okay. I will give this code to you. You take this code and run it. What I did is here there is some data set called big student clear third version, some data set is there. This is capturing the entire learner details about 2 universities. You see here I have printed this. What you need to do is just give the path of your data set. This code can be given to you. Just give the path of the data set. Rest you can really do it by yourself. Here I have just displayed the entries. You see what are the entries we got it here. Name of the institute, course ID, year, semester. Madam, I will go on this. You have to stop me when you have to stop. Okay. Okay, I can go for an hour also. So here you have these, that you have your user ID, you have viewed, explored. Here if you see some of the characteristics, viewed. This is explored. This is certified. There comes the difference. Okay. If you see 0, 0. And here it is viewed but not explored, viewed not explored, viewed not explored, and here there is all dash. And if you see the number of certifieds are very less. Then this is the there is geography from over the various countries. Grades were very less. I got start time and the last event. I actually started on some 1st February. My last event is 5th February. The course ends at the 28th February. I get to know some of the things. So this is only the display of that, but I'll get to know some of the statistics. Okay. So here I displayed first 5, forget about it, last, just to get now here if you see this particular thing, very interestingly. I want to know what are the different types here, because sometimes some analysis can be done on integers. Okay, so here we have institute is an object is a string. Okay, then we have something called year which is an integer. So we will get to know. So why it is required is sometimes when I say year should be numeric, and here it shows object. That means one of the data what is entered is wrong. I got my point. Year should be integer, but here if year it shows object, that means somewhere a data entry is a wrong problem. That is wrong because it takes automatically what is taken. So you need to go and correct it before doing this. Again come back and see what is the data type. It says D types. All the comments are written here what it is going to do. So no need to worry on that, but I will show you some of the analytics very fast. You see df.shape is there, that means it says how many data records are here. Interestingly, this is very important. If you want to do a correct analysis, you require huge data set, otherwise we are biased. Okay, so if you see here 416921, if I am correct, we have so many objects, so many entries, and we have 22 features. 22 features are there. Okay, so much of data is there. We can analyze it properly. Okay, but here if you see, then of course I am just leaving all these sort of things. I will directly take you to some of the very interesting things. Oh, This is the one, only two comments you have to remember. One is count, another is describe. Describes give me the basic statistics. If I say count here, you know, did you see this? These were so many objects. Anywhere you are finding a variation, here I am able to find a variation. Everywhere it is 416921. Okay, may not be clearly visible, but only at this place. Where is that? Here, 39 something. This is a gender. What does it mean? In gender we have entries male and female here. Rest entries are empty. So what do you want to get out of it? This is a very good data set. Sometimes when we take a data set, a lot of problems, a lot of cleaning has to be done. Okay, that means to say people do not want to specify the gender. One category. Second is probably people have missed specifying the gender. Okay, or it could be a third gender. These are all possibilities which could be there. But I know probably if you want to do some gender wise, because here there is only male and female was there in this data set. If you want to do any analysis over the gender, it is only male and female in this case. That we need to be very clear on that. That comes with respect to the data understanding. This is one very interesting thing. If you can just understand this, that is really good. Summary of the entire thing can get with a particular command called describe. What does it mean here? It calculates count. Please see this. Only this, even if you understand only this is fine. Rest I will just go through it. Okay. Only if you understand this, that will help us. If you see here, it says count. How many such entries are there? Then you have mean value, you have standard deviation, you have minimum value, you have maximum value, you have Q1, quartile 1, you have quartile 2, you have quartile 3. I am just typing a command called describe. I am just doing describe. So at least those who do not want to do any computation, just remember this command, do describe on your data, that is sufficient for getting the initial analytics. Let us see here. Now see this, what is the mean of viewed? 0.71. Okay. If it is viewed, it is 1. So approximately 71% has viewed the course. And how many have explored it? Only 7% have explored it. And how many have certified? Less than 1%. Less than 1% has certified it. So we are able to get something out of it or not? For that, now we have to go and explore for which courses it is happening. So we can do a group by. Group by that particular course, what are these statistics? Likewise, if you see, let us see this particular thing, you can see minimum value, you can also see maximum value, you can do the Q2 quartiles, from there also you can get intuition. So at least you do this describe command to get a little bit understanding of this particular thing. This is overall, because this includes all the institutes. There are 2 institutes in this, by the way, we will see that. And apart from that, it also includes this, but there is different courses. So I want to go course wise, I will do the group by clause. Okay, group by that particular courses, and to find out where the problem is actually happening. So I think what I want to convey is some of these analytics we need to do. We need to do to get to know that where is the problem coming up into picture. And if you see, we have probably discussed about some of the features of video analytics. So can we capture that like this per student? Likewise, assessment. I have seen, I have told under user ID, date of submission, times for submission. That particular thing can become the features, and per student you can also evaluate that particular thing, do the analysis to find out how many students are doing that, why they are doing it, their behavior can be identified, and appropriate steps can be taken. Since there will be a very big problem with respect to time period, and that's where what we need to do is, we need to see that we do this particular thing automated. There was something called describe there. Here I have written describe, and I have written include equal to all. Describe will only give these statistics for numerical values. Describe all will give it for even the objects. Because if you see, I cannot calculate the mean for here, is it not? We have mean here, mean is already there. We have of course some of those values here in gender, because gender is not numeric value. Here in the data which is entered is M and F, male and female in this particular data set. Okay, so that's the reason you are able to see null values, because we cannot calculate mean of this particular male and female. Okay, so that's the reason we are getting the null values, but you get the statistics for the all data irrespective of whether it is numeric or non-numeric. So that is going to a little bit help us to find out some of those particular intuitions which are numbered here. Okay. So I'll just go through these particular, some of those characteristics here. I'll leave this. There is one more plot for the plotting of these things. Now, distribution of grades. I'll show some of the plots. There are a lot of plots available here. Okay, distribution of grades. What I want to do, I want to put the, here I have X label and Y label. On the X axis I want to put the grade and Y axis I want to put the count. And what you are able to see? What you are able to see from this graph? More than so many courses are graded 0 only. Why? Why they are graded to be 0? This has to be checked upon. Okay. So this sort of analysis will come. I'll get some more analysis here. Gender distribution is there. Okay, that is male and female. Age distribution is specified. Okay, we will get to know that, you know, which age. Okay, we have age distribution, we have age as well as count. Okay, how many people in that particular age group are taking this particular course. Okay, then you can do these particular statistics even for particular course. This is for the entire data set. For that particular course, what is the statistics? Now, can we again do some analysis that why only these age people are very much interested in that? Probably this course is for their particular curricula. All these analysis you could get it. How do I see that, you know, what changes I have to do so that this course is taken by others also? These analysis can come into picture whenever we do this sort of analysis. Okay, this is very simple. I didn't do anything. Just I am doing some 2 commands here. Okay, some of the plots are there. Take it, just install it, use it. Change your dataset path first. There I have written my Excel sheet path. You want that Excel also, I'll share it to you.